and I've just been in this flow state in my life. So I haven't scripted this video, but I just feel like there is so much for me to say, so much that I've experienced, so much that I've learned about myself in like the last 3 to 4 weeks, with just the aid of meditation, plant medicines, integration, truly focusing on this whole concept of understanding myself and my purpose. And I feel like there's some things that I've learned that will change your life once you understand them, because they have truly changed my life. Even though it's fucking hot in the UK, we're experiencing a heat wave, I'm gonna turn off that fan because I understand it's probably very annoying to listen to, but I'm gonna get started. Look, I remember like a couple years ago, the first time I ever did shrooms. The reason why I did it was because I wasn't disciplined. I was like, I want to be disciplined. I want to show up for myself every day. I'm tired of self-sabotage and holding myself back. And then I set the intention that I'm going to understand why I'm not disciplined, and then I'm going to break through. So I set the intention before I did the plant medicine, and then I entered that flow state where I felt like I was just tapping into this deeper understanding of myself and the world. And the whole trip just turned into a lesson about self-love. And I was like, how does that even correlate? I wanted to be more disciplined, and then my whole spiel was like, oh, you have to love yourself more. At that time, I don't think I truly understood what that meant. So I started doing a lot of external things. I started like taking care of my body more, started gymming, started like getting my nails done on a regular basis. And I'm not discrediting any of that. I still needed to do that work to feel like I was chosen and prioritized. But then I didn't understand what it meant to truly love myself in my entirety. I had this idea that loving yourself meant being only love. I had this idea that loving myself meant that every time I wasn't in a state of love or alignment or perfection or those emotions, then I was doing something wrong. So any day that I would bed rot, I wouldn't show up for myself, I will meet myself with this level of disdain, like, you know what you should do and you're not showing up, then what's wrong with you? I just wasn't kind to myself. 2 weeks ago, I had this breakthrough. My friend Alice and I, we do this mindfulness class that she owns like every Saturday, and I had a breakthrough that about what compassion means. I was like, wow, compassion means to see myself in my entirety, everything about me, and choose to love myself anyway. Compassion means on days where I don't feel like doing stuff, on days where I don't really show up for myself, I love myself. I still love myself and feel just as happy as I would on a day where I'm pouring all that love into myself. What I used to do was qualify my happiness. You need to understand that you are full of love, joy, everything that you want to experience already exists deeply inside of you. Everything you want to experience is available in bountiful amounts inside of your spirit, inside of your soul. Everything that you want to experience is inside you already. The feeling you think you'll get when you get that car, the freedom, the love you think, or the abundance you think you'll feel, the happiness of a hot summer's day you think you can only have on a hot summer's day, you can create that experience just because you say so. I feel like a lot of us try to qualify this. If I go to the gym today, then I feel inspired. If I go to the gym today, then I feel confident and hot in my body. If I create, then I feel creative. The biggest thing I did for myself was allow myself to be. I said, this week, I'm going to do nothing. Nothing except be compassionate for myself. So for that whole week, I laid in bed. I watched TikTok, YouTube, whatever I wanted to do. Go for a walk, eat what I like. And regardless of how I was showing up in this world, I decided I'm happy anyway. I'm inspired anyway. I feel love anyway. I'm creative anyway. I let those emotions flow through me, and it just became a matter of time, because I then flipped how I view my habits. My habits aren't some checkbox thing I have to fill out every day. My habits are a way of pouring love into myself. And then when you begin to have that level of compassion for yourself, then it's like, hold on, if I love myself so much, why wouldn't I in my day find more ways to express love to myself? All of a sudden it became a no-brainer to go to the gym every day, because I love myself so much that I deserve a fit and healthy body. I get to pour into myself that way. Why wouldn't I? I feel so good and free to move in my body after I go to the gym. So it's a no-brainer that I go to the gym every day. I love to create. I love to share my authenticity with the world. I don't care how it's perceived. So it only makes sense for me to create art every day. When you have that compassion, rain or shine, I'm going to feel like this is a warm summer's day. It becomes a no-brainer to show up for yourself. I feel like this is the first time in my life that I trust that I'm going to show up for myself in every aspect that counts. In my mind, I no longer have that thought of like, what if I give up again? What if it stops? It doesn't matter. It's not about the action, it's about the emotional alignment to it. If I don't work out, I feel like the actual reason why I had that fear of like, oh my gosh, I need to work out today, and then that turned into me not working out, and then that shame and that fear was because I knew the Punisher was around the corner, and the Punisher was me. Having to lay with myself and be with myself on a day where I don't do those things that I want to do. The fear, the resistance, the self-doubt came from knowing that I was my own biggest enemy. That if I didn't do it, there'll be a version of me in my head ready and waiting to punish me for not doing it. Once I let go, once I silence that voice of the Punisher, I no longer have fear. I don't gym today, that's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Let's say I don't do it tomorrow, that's okay, I still love myself regardless. And that freedom, that space in my mind gives me the opportunity to be. Like right now, my head is quiet. Like there's not a single thought in my head. That is the power of awareness. When people are saying meditate, 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 and you're saying, oh, it's not a big deal, it is the biggest deal. That is the biggest work, the most important work you can do for yourself. Is showing up in a way, is showing up for yourself, where you create space in your mind, where you create compassion in your mind, where the voice in your head is the kindest voice in your life. I also recently broke through I would do this thing where, you know, using plant medicine, and then I will meditate. And I broke through this incredible feeling of shame. I used to think I wasn't good with children. I didn't know how to interact with them. And then something just came to me while I was meditating that was like, the reason why you don't believe or you can't acknowledge the life and innocence that children have and know how to interact with the way that jovial and bubbly is because you were not allowed to be a child. Oop. And then that's one of my biggest learnings. Allow yourself to be a child. Allow yourself to go through this world with childlike wonder. Oops. Sorry for letting you guys fall. Where was I? Allow yourself to go through this world with a childlike wonder. When I walk out into the street, I feel like I'm flirting with life. I feel the love and confidence and inspiration exuding out of me and touching the souls of the people around me. I feel like smiling, and everything has like, see the world the way you would see it if you were a scuba diver. The way you're under the water and you acknowledge every single leaf and every single fish. Walk to wherever you're going with that same wonder. Look at the buildings, the way it's shaped, the square of it, the cars. You're literally driving to work in a metal box. Do you realize how ridiculous that is? Life is full of all this quirky ridiculousness that we don't allow ourselves to perceive. We try to nonchalant our way through life. Life is the most not nonchalant experience ever. Let yourself see it for the magnificent experience it is. That's what I've been doing. I've just been loving and loving and loving myself in every way. I realized that I'm free to express my creativity because, like, that's the point of your life. Whatever is in your heart, I feel like I've been swerving around it like, oh, let me find a job. Oh, in your creativity, you are divinely taken care of. You are divinely supported. If you choose to follow your dreams in a way that's lacking fear or doubt, just full of self-compassion, you will get there and you'll be supported in your journey. Tap into the boundless creativity that exists within you, because you are God. You are an expression of divinity. Don't ever speak to yourself in a manner that resembles the Punisher. Heaven and earth and hell exist within. Your biggest task of every day should be, how can I become as mindful as I possibly can? It doesn't matter what you are doing. You deserve to be your happiest, healthiest, most abundant, most creative, most attractive, most magnetic, most beautiful, most vibrant self. Every quirky thing I believe works for me. Every manifestation technique works for me. Stats, vision, it doesn't matter. But one thing I've really been looking into is mirror work. Looking at myself in the mirror and speaking what is true in my life. I am full of creative ideas and inspiration. I am full of love. I am full of greatness. I am so magnetic to everyone who is good for me. I've also been doing like quirky little things. Like, this is my water bottle, and there's a theory that just clicked in my mind. It was like an epiphany. I was meditating and I was like, water. There's a study where someone would speak to water or show water a picture and freeze it, and the water will interpret that picture. Water holds memories. So on here I have the grab void codes for abundance. I wrote them on this piece of paper and I stuck it to my water, and then it's photo imaging all the affirmations into the water. I call this my abundance elixir, and this is my self-love elixir. Every time I drink water, I am becoming more abundant, more magnetic, more attractive. Believe in it. It is powerful. You are like, I don't know how much, like at least 70% water, and you think it doesn't matter what you're putting into your body. Even if all of this is BS, is the fact, the placebo that I believe that it's true, that works. Y'all don't understand that it's not about the thing. It's about your belief in the thing. You can see this video and be like, okay, that stupid water stuff that Ulahi said, let me try that stupid water shit and see if it works. It's not gonna work for you. I think people are like, oh, it's placebo, it's placebo. Do you understand what placebo means? Your mind is so powerful that someone can give you a sugar pill and say this cures cancer or this will get rid of your pain. You take the placebo pill that doesn't even fucking exist, and just because your mind is like, that thing I took will get rid of my pain, you no longer have pain in your body. Understand how powerful you are. Understand in this moment you have the choice to create, to shape your life, to shape your future. You deserve everything you want. And the only reason why you don't have it is because you're trying to qualify the experience. You're saying, I need to post a YouTube video twice a week, every day for 3 years, and then I will be successful. You can choose to feel successful right now. I feel successful right now with my 150 subscribers. My creativity is boundless and I touch the souls of millions of people. I don't give a fuck what it looks like on the 3D. It's the energy that emanates from your soul. In the last couple of days, I've been like trying to attract more love in my life by being love, by being flirty with the world, by smiling at people when I walk down the street. In the last few days, I have been approached so many times, not just by men, by people, by animals. I'm just magnetizing so much love into my life because I decided that I don't need any external person, situation to feel chosen. I am chosen just by existing. My existence is proof of choice. This hair is a bit wet, so I'm gonna wait for it to dry. My existence is proof that I have choice in my life. I decide that I am full of love today for no reason apart from the fact that I said so. When people look at me like I'm crazy because I'm just like speaking goodness into my life, like, bro, oh, people are like, I'm like, oh, I'm so rich and I'm so abundant, and then someone will tell me, but you don't have a job. Bitch, I haven't had a job for 5 months and I've never felt struggle. I've never felt lack of abundance. I have always been provided for. My rent has always been paid on time. I've always had money for food, clothes, extravagances, getting my nails done. And when I think about it, I'm like, where is this money coming from? Wait, holy shit, where is this money coming from? I have no fucking clue. All I know is I am more than provided for. It hasn't even been a thing of like, okay, let me budget. How much do I get to spend in the next couple of months? I don't give a damn. I just need a platform. Let me dry this one hair. And it's also about not hiding. Oh yes, that's good now. It's also not about hiding. It's about showing up as who you truly are. I stopped making videos for a little while. I took a hiatus because I convinced myself I had to be sure that I was going to show up every single week and then I'll be deserving. Like, I was putting all these stupid qualifications on my life that when I say them out loud now, I'm like, bitch, like, is you okay? Like, I used to tell myself I have to feel like a YouTuber and then I can show up as this. I have to have this divine epiphany, like a thief in the night. Come on, me before I decide, okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready. You are ready as soon as there's breath in your lungs. You are free. You are ready. Bro, you are ready. Right now, there's no qualification apart from the fact that you feel like if I post this video and don't show up again for another 2 years, I am good. Because I know now, I understand now that it is about tapping into the divine feeling and energy in that moment. In my mind, whenever I was filming videos previously, there was like a doubt, like, how do I show up in order to be that version of myself? I am that version of myself. Know it now. You are that version of yourself. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. Tap into that energetic frequency of freedom now. By just lying. Every night, I've just been listening to affirmations. I am abundant. Because guess what? I am fucking abundant. I am. I listened to this meditation that really shifted my view on abundance. She said in it, feel the abundance of air in your lungs. Do that right now. Feel how your breath leaves. I can take as much of it as I want. I can take a huge breath right now. And there's still more. There's always more. I never think, oh my gosh, how do I get more air to breathe? When can I get my next breath of air? Air exists me in vast quantities all the time. Why? Because I'm alive. I deserve breath in my lungs because I'm alive. That is true abundance. Why would that be any different for money? Why would that be any different for your passions or your success or your greatness? Hello? Lock in, guys. Lock in. Don't let doubt stop you. Don't let doubt hold you back. It doesn't matter. Your job is to tap into it. Tap into it. Even if just for one day. Just show up as yourself for one day. Post that video just that once. Just know what it feels like to tap into the highest version of yourself. Now the next step of that is maintaining it. Build a routine in your life that revolves around you tapping into that highest version of yourself every day. It will start small. You feel like it for 1 minute at first. Just 1 minute in the meditation. You'll be like, yeah, life is good. Then you train it like a muscle. Soon you can hold it for an hour, then 2 hours, then weeks on end. I used to think, oh my gosh, in order to be successful, then I just have to be posting videos. It doesn't matter the quality or the energy I'm in. It's just Wednesdays and Sundays, post videos, post that. I now realize how wrong I was. I would do this thing where I try to create so many videos in a day. Do these things where I'll say, oh, I have to batch 6 videos this week, and then I'll post them. I'll schedule them out so that if I self-sabotage or if I don't create for the next 3 weeks, I'm still posting. What the hell was I talking about? It's not about the action. It's about tapping in and maintaining a state of being. If you cannot maintain that state of being for weeks on end, stop beating yourself up. Because if you are the punisher for yourself, you will never make it. Allow yourself to tap into it. I've had fleeting moments of tapping into it, sometimes for a week, sometimes for a month, showing up as that higher self. It's okay. You have reached a level of greatness you can't yet understand, even just by tapping into it for a second. Let yourself tap into it, even just for a second, because you deserve it. I'm not saying throw consistency out of the window. I'm not saying don't show up when you don't feel like. Don't allow yourself to be controlled by your emotions. But that's not from a place of fighting any emotion that isn't love. It's from a place of I love myself regardless of how I feel, so I choose to pour love into me via this action. I feel horribly sad today, and it's not like I'm sad, I'm not motivated, I don't want to do anything, I'm so lazy. Those used to be my old thoughts, how I view myself when I wasn't showing up in that way. But now when I'm sad, I'm just like, I'm sad, I'm okay, that's fine. I'm going to give myself more grace and more love today because I deserve it. Sure, I can't lift my highest rep, but I'm still going to wear my clothes and walk to the gym because I deserve to pour even just a little love into my physical body. Yeah, I'm not really in the mood. I don't feel a deep inspiration to create, but I'm just gonna go outside, sit under a tree, and maybe script a video, come up with ideas, feel that inspiration, because I'm going to pour into myself lovingly with creativity today. Let's say it's like a horrible day, I feel sick, I don't want to get up off my bed. I'm usually be like, oh, don't bed rot, you're falling behind. Falling behind who? Falling behind who? Who else exists in your life but you? Even if it's a day of me doing nothing but laying in my bed, I say I give myself peace while I rest because I deserve rest. I deserve rest today, and I love myself regardless. You cannot rest unless your mind is at rest, unless your mind lets you rest. If you're lying down and you're saying, I'm not doing enough, do you think that's rest? Let yourself be in every way you manifest in your life and feel nothing but love and compassion, because every experience is growth. Every spectrum of emotion you feel is just a blessing, because how blessed am I to feel emotions today? How blessed am I to be living this weird as fuck experience on this floating rock? How blessed am I to wake up and be able to tap into abundance and have someone Venmo me randomly like 20 quid just because they felt like? How incredible is it for me to feel so much love that it radiates through my whole body, and even animals come up to me? How incredible is it for me to feel so much creativity that I can switch on a camera with no script and let it flow out of me into the lens for 30 minutes, edit that, post it, I know and trust that it resonates with the right people and finds the right people. Allow yourself to be free, because you deserve everything you desire. Yeah. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today by watching this video all the way to the end. I am always open for conversations in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe, and I am so proud of the person you are, and even more proud of the beautiful soul you are becoming. I'll see you in the next one.